Okay, this episode we want to take a look at what the Germans are doing with their Synodal. But before we do that, I want to wrap up some last bit news. And we have this Makey Hickson again, and she's becoming one of my favorites because she is so spot on with everything. And LifeSite News article again, Cardinal Oswald Gracias. And there he is. There he is. He is one of the closest confidants to Pope Francis, one of the top 6 cardinals. And so he's got the Pope's ear all the time. He has said, and no surprise here, he has said that the exhortation on the Amazon Synod does not close the door on married priests. It is not closed. Female deacons is not closed. It's going to become a reality. And so I want to get Bill's take on that, and also Bill. Hey, Bill, what is going on with the Germans now? Can you fill us in on that?
Well, basically, in a nutshell, the Germans are taking the proverbial ball from the Amazonian Synod and running it downfield. This is something they're calling it a synodal path. It's not a true synod. It was something that was proposed and adopted in March of 2019. In the last 20 minutes or so of their plenary council, the bishops that is, it was then officially opened by Cardinal Reinhard Marx, the president of the German Bishops' Conference, in December of 2019. And they had their first round of meetings or discussions end of January, beginning of February of 2020.
Okay, so what is the main reason that the Germans are having a synod? And I guess it's probably very similar to why they had a synod with the Amazonians. They wanted married priests and they want female deacons. Now this synodal pathway, or whatever it's called, are they trying to incorporate the same thing?
Oh, absolutely. Don't forget, I mean, they heavily influenced and financed the Amazonian Synod because they wanted cover for what they were trying to do. They adopted this synodal path before the Amazonian Synod even got underway in October of 2019. So absolutely, this is just a continuation for them. They want married priests, they want women deacons, they want blessings for homosexual unions, and a number of other things. So they're running the gamut.
I got you. Now, how long is this German synodal pathway supposed to last? Do we know?
Well, they're saying tentatively 2 years. That's sort of give or take. And given how many various committees and bodies within this synodal path, I'm not surprised that literally everybody has a job. If you read their statutes, I mean, it looks like stereo instructions. So yeah, they're saying 2 years, give or take.
Okay. And my last question, I don't know if you have an answer to this yet, but why? What is the purpose? What could possibly be the purpose for empowering the laity like this to try to bring women into the deaconate, to get married priests? Thoughts on that?
Well, it's to democratize the church, essentially. I mean, basically, the powers go something like this. You have members of the German Bishops' Conference, and you have members of the Central Committee of German Catholics, also known as the ZBK. They all have equal voting rights in the Synodal Assembly. So that's democratizing the church. And when I say democratizing the church, for everybody watching at home, read Protestantizing the church. This smacks of Martin Luther and the quote-unquote priesthood of all believers.
Gotcha. Okay. So there's a lot to unravel and get to in this whole synodal process. And the next video we do, we're going to dive much deeper into that. And I think people are going to be very surprised at some of the information we have. But for tonight, hey, God bless everybody. Thanks again, Bill. And we will talk to you soon. Thank you. Good night.